What's going on, guys? It's Colin here for NextGenTactics, and before we get into this week's strategies with Mr. rivaLxfactor, I wanted to give a bit of a progress update because things have been going pretty well, implementing some of the tips that he had given me. Those included burst firing more effectively, being more aware in game, paying more attention to my minimap, and also keeping my reticle higher, more towards head level. And man, the improvement that I've been able to make in just a couple of weeks in playing better, helping my team more, it's been unbelievable. So I got to say thank you very much.
You are welcome. Thanks for having me yet again.
So I'm going to show a few highlight clips to the viewers out there just to kind of show that things have actually improved. I'm not just saying that. And I just burned my score per minute the last couple of days flying around in jets to try and get better at that. But that's another story for another day. But I think within a week. Now, I know that Battlefield's not about kill-death ratio, but my kill-death ratio went up from 1.5 to a 1.65 in the week and a half.
Huge jump.
After we first met and I first got those assignments and things to work on. And score per minute went from about 475 to 525. And that was awesome. In the matter of a little over a week. So unbelievable improvement, and been winning games like crazy. Top of the leaderboard more often, and I'm just having an incredible time. So thanks again. But today what we're going to talk about is... we are post-patch, and there's one thing that, as infantry, has really changed the way that the game's going to be played, and that is suppression.
That's a curse word. Don't even say it.
I know. But I actually talked to Demise99, Alan Kurtz, who's the lead gameplay developer or designer for DICE, and we were on a podcast with him, and what he said was, initially the effects just weren't, they were visual but didn't have any physical effects. It didn't affect your accuracy. So if you were suppressing a sniper, for example, he could still pop up and dome you, and that was not acceptable to the player base. You went to the effort to put this suppression mechanic in there. And what he kind of explained was that there's sort of a slider mechanism that they can use in order to adjust the effects of suppression. And it started out not effective enough. He thinks he might have swung the pendulum too far the other way. In a future update, they're likely going to bring that somewhere in the middle, which I think is good. So, what we're going to do is demonstrate suppression a little bit here, and I'm going to get you to suppress me, and you are shooting between my knees with a Magnum, are you not?
You want the Magnum or you want the AK?
Actually, let's do the Magnum first, because I want to show them that 2 Magnum shots between my legs is going to fully suppress me here.
Ready?
Yeah. I am now fully suppressed. Now, I'm going to try and shoot at this wall. I can't control my recoil, and I mean, controlled bursts from that close. Actually, I'll just kind of demonstrate without being suppressed what I'm able to do. So,
looks a little bit different to me.
Look at that difference, eh? So, what you have to keep in mind is that if you are being suppressed, you really can no longer engage in that gunfight. Am I right? Like, especially with a fully automatic weapon.
What I've learned is in the couple days that this patch has been out is to be if you're getting suppressed, hide, cover, go prone, wait it out. I think Colin and myself figured out that it takes 3 to 4 seconds for suppression to fall off, and we'll show you a way to keep it on longer without wasting ammo. But this is a huge game-changing dynamic for infantry fights. So again, if you don't get, if Colin and I see each other and I don't get 3 or 4 quick shots off, and I don't kill him, I'm jumping back underneath cover to help recover my health with the health kit, to get the suppression out, to come back and shoot another burst and finish him off. Because this game quickly became about who can abuse this mechanic more efficiently.
Yep, absolutely. And right there, I mean, if you don't hit me right away, then you're suppressed, I'm suppressed, and it's just comedic to watch a gunfight between 2 people that are fully suppressed.
I've seen guys waste entire clips, from the distance that you and I are at when they're both fully suppressed. And I've seen guys get lucky 2-shot headshots with the crazy bullet deviation where their gun will have them up above their head, but the shot is so far deviated to the bottom left, it kills them. You could be aiming at somebody's kneecap and hit their head. You could be aiming at their head and hit the sky 10 feet above you. There is no rhyme or reason to the bullet deviation. Therefore, recoil correction is kind of pointless.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, spraying and praying is what all you can do if you have no cover, I guess. But I think there's one thing that we were going to demonstrate, and that is this baby right here, the 44 Magnum, took a huge buff with this patch. A huge buff. It fires faster. It does more damage to the chest, I do believe. 75 to the chest.
At 13 meters or in, because it's got the 1.5 multiplier to the chest.
Yep, exactly. And it doesn't seem to be impacted by suppression. So, what I'm going to get you to do is fully suppress me here, and I'm going to try and shoot you in the head.
Okay, here we go.
All right, I'm fully suppressed. Boom. So, folks, if you encounter the situation where you're going to get, where you are suppressed, you have nowhere else to turn, what I would suggest is that you be running this 44 Magnum or one of the semi-automatic accurate weapons, but this one allows you to get that quick headshot off and finish the person. And
or double to the chest. I mean,
double to the chest. I mean,
it's even to the point in games where if I know I'm going to a hot, heavy spot, this is how bad this mechanic is. I switch to my Magnum, and I'll get 2 or 3 kills in one clip, because the other people can't react fast enough, and they're just spamming their guns. I don't care if it's an AK, AEK, or M16. I'm probably going to win that fight. Because if I'm fully suppressed, okay, and I get 1 or 2 shots off, they are suppressed, or they're probably already suppressed from other fire. And I chase people now. If somebody, if I'm playing this corner where Colin's watching me, if I get the suppression on somebody and I'm close, I'm literally going to do this. Colin, go behind that corner. I'm literally going to do this. So peek out. I know you're there. Now start, are you still suppressed?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna do one of these, come around the corner, and just hit you in the head.
Right on. Now, one thing to note is that if you are being suppressed, so if you suppress me again.
Yep, hold on. All right, ready?
All right. I'm right here. Now, one thing you may want to try and do before, like, I can run away here, but if I encounter an engagement, he gets me fully suppressed. I'm going to fire a few shots at him to try and suppress him as well before I run. And that's especially if I'm on the run. Avoid being killed. Like, if he spots me out in the open, start suppressing. If he doesn't get me right away, suppress him back, get to cover. You guys, you have a breather there. You have a few seconds where everyone has to recover.
I mean, it could really buy you the rest of a clip in somebody's assault rifle. That's how ludicrous that the suppression is. I've wasted 25 bullets on somebody from you to me before, and we're point blank, and everybody knows my aim is above average.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. So, what we want to do with this is to show you guys some ideas as to how to counter the suppression. The 44 Magnum is definitely one of them, and actually, a buddy of mine, Don't Blink, put up a video where the G3A3 in semi-auto mode does not seem to be highly affected by the suppression as well. So, find something that works. But what's also happened is with attachments, I'm fully suppressed. One shot fully suppressed me right there, actually.
Yep.
Unbelievable. And I'm not running the squad cover. What we found was that squad cover doesn't seem to negate the impact of the suppression. It seems to take one more bullet to suppress you. Yeah, Magnum, I'm fully suppressed. I couldn't hit you if I wanted to. Well, I hit you. But that was random.
Yeah, lucky shot.
So, what does this change? What does this change as far as tactics?
I think it slows down gameplay and forces people to play a smarter game now.
Mm-hmm.
It takes away from the aggressors, such as a lot of the rival games. We are a very aggressive group, and now we have to rely more on picking and pushing. What that means is, like, if Colin's playing in that red container area, I can't just bum rush him and hope my twitch beats his twitch. Okay? I really have to plan this out in my head and check this PK area, make sure that's clear, then clear off this area. And I'm going to spend a lot more time ADS or aiming down sight than I ever have in this game before. A lot of times, let's say Colin's playing that area, I'd come running up here, not even aimed. I'd come running up here, aim, 2 shots, he'd be dead. Okay, 3 shots, 4 shots, he'd be dead. I can't do that anymore.
Right. No, because kind of the one thing that I guess bothers me about this is that a player with bad aim. So, if I started shooting at you and miss you,
I'm probably just won that fight.
Now, I see you first. Boom, 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 boom. Now I can shoot you.
Yeah. Yeah, so
you can't shoot back.
And Alan, thank God, he said the pendulum's too far to the right. They're
Yeah.
going to fix this or adjust this. This game should leave room for the skilled players to separate themselves from the pack. When you take away that skill base, you take away the reason to play the game. What's the point of getting better? It's just about who could spam. So the ultimate tactic, if this game were to stay in place, if it was 8v8, 6 guys would be running LMGs, bipoded down in various spots of the map, and would never let off the trigger.
Yeah, and I've seen some videos up already on YouTube with on Metro, just laying down with,
Guy gets
with an
800
LMG.
points in 3 seconds from suppression assists. You can't even see him.
Yep. He does. Yeah, that's right. He's just shooting towards the front stairs.
Yeah.
In that general direction, and huge point streak. So now, if you are in a gunfight, why don't I hide behind this corner here, and you can kind of demonstrate how to keep me suppressed without using up all your ammo, because it actually doesn't take very much. You don't need a bipoded LMG with 200 rounds to maintain very solid suppression. So.
Yeah. Once I get the suppression on Colin, he peeks out. All right, he's suppressed.
I'm fully suppressed.
Now it's just a tap fire.
Yep.
And I'll show you how long I can make this clip last. That's it. Right there.
That's one clip of an AK-74M, and we're looking at 3, 4. Now I'm not suppressed.
Yeah, so was that 10, 12 seconds?
Yep.
And by then, another teammate would have helped me out, or I would have thrown a grenade or something else. That's the other thing. Suppressing people buys you time. You could switch to pistol, or you can get a nade off. Like, if I know he's stuck in that corner, I'll put the suppression on, and then I'll chuck a grenade, go back to suppressing. There's a lot more things you have to think about now with the suppressive factor built into the game, the mechanic, the way it is. It completely changes the game.
Yep, absolutely. So, I think maybe one more thing to talk about is how the attachments have really changed as a result of the patch and the weapon balancing. So, the favored loadout for a lot of competitive players, including yourself, would have previously been the M16 with foregrip and suppressor.
Yes.
So how did that work out post-patch?
What it was pre-patch was it gave you the least amount of recoil with the tightest spread of bullets. Not to mention, you wouldn't show up on the mini-map. So what that was about was very, very tight groupings of shots, so you could insta-kill people or give people on a 4 to 7 bullet count. Now, we're trying to find that happy medium again, or find that sweet spot. It doesn't exist. So what's happening is foregrip actually gives you a penalty to your bullet spread. It gives you a larger bullet spread, which is not good. Mm-hmm. So a lot of us are running without foregrip, and we're running heavy barrel or flash suppressor with bipod or underslung. So, gone are the days of the M16, foregrip suppressor setup. Mm-hmm. Gone are the days of the AEK powerhouse, kill everything in sight, machine. Those days are gone. Now it's all about the AKs, the M16s, the L85, the KH-2002, and even the AK is pretty good at close to medium range now. But foregrip really has become a hindrance to those of us who want tight bullet patterns.
Right. And I'm just going to demonstrate really quick. So I am running the AK-74M with a bipod and heavy barrel. So I'm just going to put a few quick groupings on this wall.
Yeah, it's a laser machine.
It's a laser, absolutely. So if you're watching an area, even proning down and bipoding with an assault rifle is now a very viable option.
And let's say you miss. They're fully suppressed within 3 to 4 bullets. You still got them.
All right, that's it for this week, guys. Because we're covering infantry combat first in this series, we really wanted to take a step back and reanalyze the situation now that suppression is playing such a major role in infantry combat. So that's kind of why we deviated a little bit from sort of the roadmap we had planned, because things changed in the last week. But next Monday, we will get back to gameplay analysis. I'll have some footage and situations to analyze, and I will receive some more assignments. I wanted to say thanks again to rivaLxfactor for all your help. Appreciate it.
Awesome, buddy. Thanks again. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Cheers, guys. We'll talk soon.